Rusty, 2 weeks off, it has to play its part. It's almost like the World Cup hasn't started. A great performance against England. 2 weeks off is a long time in professional sport and in cricket, and I think that the performance today just reflected that. There's players looking and feeling for form. Some of the outs will be deemed loose and careless, but it's just players under pressure looking to make their mark. The other thing is falling into the trap of maybe a 400, 350 ground, and we've seen that. The advantage, I think, is bowling first. Even if a team does get away, you're still in the game. But some of the shots today reflected middle order in particular that felt they were behind the game. Any other ground, they'd probably soak up pressure and then look to catch up later on. When you think in your head you've got to get a high score, you play in fourth gear rather than second and third. No, you don't want to run your race, and that's always the but that you'd add to any conversation. The stargazers still look and say it's anyone's competition. You've seen teams like South Africa have a bad day, you've seen Australia have a bad day, England, but they could be holding the trophy, and it's not lost on the team, I'm sure, but it could be lost in the euphoria of these performances, and it would be a horrible hangover if you got to a quarterfinal, you had your bad day, but the team will be mindful of that. But you can't plan for that. You've actually just got to keep pushing forward as though your next performance is going to be your best one. If we start to get too reflective or too negative, then we will make that mistake. And I think they got a pretty good grasp on it. They seem pretty relaxed, doing the normal things and just enjoying the ride. This was a big one, just because the line in the sand is drawn whenever you play Australia. We don't play them a lot over here. There was a lot of questions, probably more on our side than theirs. We're not as confident as what Australia are, so they wouldn't have been worried. But scars can be inflicted, and that could have some lasting damage. Yeah, I think so. I've debated this, but I think in my mind it is. Because the pressure is there to get a score. You know that whatever you get, short boundaries, someone has their day, it might not be enough. So you push quite hard. And I always go back to, if you get some certainty in an uncertain game, that's got to be an advantage. And I think with 2020, the advent of 2020, players are now more conditioned to dealing with pressure. It's one swipe of these massive bats, and two swipes you can get 12, 14 runs and over, no worries. Whereas before, 6 runs and over used to be the pressure. Now it's just one hit. So I think there is an advantage batting second if you can deal with it. You get 2 bites of the cherry, placing pressure on the opposition batting first, who are trying to get a big score, and if it happens, you're still in the game, second innings.